What's up, guys? Matthew Matt's Battles. Today I've got a battle between Screw Fox, TR145W2D, or I guess technically Spiral Fox because that is a Hasbro one, and Flame Sagittario, C145S. This kind of went alongside with the other one, right? We have R145 and, you know, the metal balls inside of Jade. So I thought, why not go with like two more kind of gimmicky tracks? The only thing is, I think the Chimera I have that's very nicely painted that I don't want to use has TR145, but otherwise this is my only TR145 bay, and it's got the nicest W2D. I could technically switch it, but I don't really have any interest in using W2Ds for like this, like taking one of my good ones and using it. So I'm gonna stick with so I probably should launch Sagittario first, shouldn't I? I'm gonna stick with its actual W2D though. You never know, it could go off the wall and get a KO. It is Screw. Screw's got good attack power. It's a bit heavy too. The Flame is actually pretty heavy. I think Flame is the heaviest. So if you ignore like the actual way heavier things, right? You ignore Hades, you ignore Screw, you ignore 4D. When you're looking at standard metal wheels, I think Flame is the heaviest, or it's one of the heaviest. Earth is up there too, but I think Flame is the heavier actually. It's kind of funny because its shape, it doesn't look like it'd be heavier because it's thin. You know, like this metal part here, all bays have, but you know, Flame is pretty thin. It is a bit wider, but it's thin. But it is indeed very heavy. Let's try that again. Another future battle here could be Sagittario versus Screw Herculeo. If I think that would be close. Flame probably has more stamina than Screw Herculeo. Screw Herculeo is a little low, so it might end up hitting the spin track, you know, if Flame destabilizes a bit. Also is WD, which definitely would have more stamina. This is a pretty close match, but sometimes. But Fox is obviously losing stamina when it goes crazy. It might be dealing some damage back out when it hits Sagittario, but it's kind of hard to judge how much it is, like over the course of the battle. So it is 3-0. I thought it might be a little closer, but I guess it makes sense if Fox goes crazy. I mean, Sagittarios a stamina bay. It's not gonna lose a stamina match easily, but let's cover for a little bit more. Now they're just having a stare down here, not hitting. There we go. No. Very light hits now. This will be a good gauge because Fox hasn't gone crazy, so how much does W2D have? I mean, this is a worn out W2D. If they start spinning, you know it's worn, which also means it's not as sharp, so that also is going to not have as much stamina, relatively speaking. But that makes it a good gauge of kind of where Fox's stamina is. And similar bays that maybe could face Sagittario, or like a Libra Pisces Fireblaze, you know? How close they get. Oh, Fox not going crazy. Just straight up wins on stamina. Oh, okay, definitely doing that. 3-1. That is one thing I like about going to 5, is you can have battles like that where we might not have gotten to see Fox when it doesn't go crazy, but we did, and Fox actually just straight up out-stamina Sagittario, which is interesting. I was able to get under it a bit. Then Fox went crazy. This battle went back to getting absolutely slaughtered. Not a very close battle. Can Sagittario finish it off? I will say having the older WD hurts a little bit because I don't get to use Fox quite as much. It's a bit more annoying to use, a bit tougher to use because of it. Fox is a pretty cool bay because W2D isn't on a lot of things. They added it, you know, with Fang Leon. None of the Fang Leons I have good W2Ds, and it's on some 0G bays. Some 0G random booster bays, which those are my nice ones. But yeah, kind of, and TR145 is pretty unique. It's on, again, random booster bays and like a Chimera or something like that. Screw is really on, it's on some 2-pack stuff, but Screw Fox and Screw Lyre, or Lyre. And then obviously Fox is a pretty cool looking energy ring. I like to use the yellow and red one because it's already out. And Virgo, I don't have Face Bolt, but Virgo, which also I have extra Face Bolt of, pairs pretty well with it. But this box is pretty cool. So get on there, Sagittario. You can hear a little bit, let's say when Fox has got knocked a little bit, the WTD scraping, because I say it's going to be interesting because we've heard it a little bit, but it hasn't really gone crazy, but even that little bit that it did, I think is enough to kind of just drain its stamina. If you've got a good W2D, there's not as many issues here. You might get into a position where you're knocked and kind of do something like Fox does, but non-worn WTD has really good stamina. And sometimes it can be a good counterplay to like W2D or WD or EWD or something. There's Fox's WTD. You can see it's kind of flat. Anyway, cool bay. Wish I got to use it a little bit more, but again, it's hard. Sagittario is your winner. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.